So you're the rookie that's going to shock the world, huh?
Sure as heck gonna try.
Good, I'm glad you're here. Just remember, it's all out there for you. Work hard, listen, watch how we do, and you got a chance to be something special. Now let's see what you got.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm pumped. Let's do it.
And now introducing your Detroit Pistons. In the middle, at 7'0" inches, number 34, Aaron Gray.
The Cavaliers are out of Cleveland as they take on their Eastern Conference rival in tonight's contest. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Going to bring you the NBA right here on 2K Sports. You look at Detroit, challenging part of the schedule, and this is where they need to buckle down and take care of business.
Well, Kevin, this is only the second meeting of 4 total during the season series.
Let's go, you're up. My time.
There's 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jennings kicks to Butler. Baseline J on the way. That's good. Butler's got 5.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
And a moment happening right now, folks, and the fulfillment of a lifelong dream, a special individual taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first official NBA appearance from Olsen. And there is the potential for a feel-good story here, Clark. No doubt this young man didn't get selected in the draft, but has fought his way onto a team nonetheless.
And Kevin, no telling how far this journey will go, but you have to applaud him for at least making his way into an NBA game, even when things didn't look so good for him.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Tie game in Detroit, and we'll get welcome back. In quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen? So far from Detroit.
Yeah, the defense has been terrific. They came out right from the beginning, alert and focused, and they've been really good at that end of the floor.
And that's the very first basket right there, folks, of what is hopefully a very long and a very prosperous career from Olsen.
Yeah, I'm sure he's happy to just get that out of the way. Get that first basket, now you breathe easy, you can just go out and play.
I think he's got a lot of big buckets ahead of him, guys. The years to come for him are going to be pretty productive, but I think this moment will rank right up there amongst the biggest of his as he goes through the rest of his career.
And for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off a good outing against the Thunder.
I thought the way they attacked the rim and got into the paint was phenomenal. It seemed like after a while, the defense just kind of waved the white flag.
That's exactly what will happen when a team continues to attack the goal and come away with layups. It demoralizes the defense.
The tray. Rebound, Detroit. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And I think, Kevin, it really showed how important it is to have a strong bench performance. You go out on the road, you can't rely on your starters night in and night out. The reserves have to contribute and help them out.
I think we definitely saw that, Steve, throughout the game. They were really tied together as a team. Didn't make any difference who was out on the floor. You'll take every road game win you can, and they're happy with that one.
Marion setting the pick for Irving. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Irving's got it all tied up now for the Cavs. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter.
Kyrie Irving, clearly a player who's dreamed of greatness from a very young age. Going back to the 4th grade, he wrote, "I'm going to the NBA," and he wrote it across the back wall of his closet. And while it was hidden behind his clothes, it certainly wasn't far from his head or his heart.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, this offseason, the Pistons bringing in Stan Van Gundy in a dual role as head coach and president of basketball operations. Stan said in a lot of places there's not a connection between the front office and coaching. This setup creates a very unified organization.
And we're through 2 here and a good one. Cavaliers lead by 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. Let me say this first. I'm really pleased with how many open looks we've created. We've hit a lot of shots because we found a lot of high percentage looks. That can't...
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Let's see what you got, son.
Oh, I got plenty.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. On the court for Cleveland, Irving and Waiters, the guards. The 2 stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. And it's Verjao in at the 5 spot.
When the size advantage is that pronounced in this situation, take it strong to the middle.
While we have a quick chance here, let's now take a look at some point guards who have been dead on target from the floor over the course of the past 10 games. Kyrie Irving is second, and of course, Brandon Jennings.
Well, as a point guard, you want to create the best shot possible for your team on every trip. And given the way those players have shot the ball, it might always be a good idea for them to do it alone.
I don't really want to see them doing that, Steve. They got to keep everything in the framework of the team no matter how well they're shooting it. I know what you mean. They have been hot, but keep everybody involved.
Love the pass to Marion. Irving with a clean look. Here's Verjao. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Rejected by Irving. Jennings against Waiters. Pass to Irving. Marion outside. No one near him. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 5th assist in this one. Pistons trail by 8. The Detroit Pistons, a proud franchise, of course, from 03 to 08, 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. And Clark in 2004, the NBA title.
But the rebuild process has had its hiccups, Kevin, and speed bumps, if you will, some questionable free agent signings. There's talent there, but this team hasn't quite figured out how to come together.
And you look at the Pistons, some great size and athleticism inside, but they've lacked a high percentage outside shooting to space the floor offensively.
Detroit making a switch here. Butler's checked in. Cleveland also making some changes. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Verjao. Miller comes in for Waiters. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. It's Jennings with the drive. That's good. Jennings has got 7.
And, for the Pistons last season, you look at the size and shot blocking ability, and you thought that team would be tougher defensively. But that wasn't really the case. I think it has to be attributed to mindset. Those young, big, athletic guys have to become much tougher mentally at the defensive end to be really successful.
Screen by Monroe. Olsen passes to Monroe. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, Josh Smith, one of the league's most versatile defenders, and very strong and athletic. And he can guard either 3s or 4s, which gives your defense a lot of options.
Detroit also making some changes. Aaron Gray, he's checked in for Butler. Jody Meeks comes in for Singler, and it's Jennings in for Caldwell Pope. Then for the Cavaliers, Anderson Varejau's checked in for Jones, and it's LeBron in for Mike Miller. Josh Smith and Greg Monroe at the 3 and 4. Jennings and Meeks in the backcourt, and it's Gray in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Looking at the game for Meeks. He has 23 points, and he's added to his numbers by hitting 4 shots.
Well, 12 points from long range, so the defense has to figure out a way to defend him a little differently. Try to get into his airspace.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Butler, he's checked in for Monroe. Martin comes in for Josh Smith. And it's A-Train in for Brandon Jennings. Jones checked in for the Cavaliers. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Kevin Love.
You know, with all the shots they've knocked down here in the second half, their field goal percentage has crossed the 50% mark.
Well, and that usually leads to a win. I mean, this is just very efficient offense that we're seeing tonight. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, dominating performance for Cleveland.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
No, they didn't. They found their way inside effectively all game long. Penetration always produces results.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
Well, as we get closer to making this one official, we can safely say it's been a very one-sided season series. So far, they've won both of the first 2 meetings.
With 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
And what a huge standout performance it was for James. Well, there wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every opportunity he got.
Cleveland's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Knocked away. Down low, and now the fast break. Meeks with the ball.
Well, their offense has kicked into gear, but seems to have arrived a little bit too late.
And as a coach, that can really be frustrating. I mean, your guys were stumbling along for most of the game, and now, when it's basically over, they finally decide to come alive.
Dellavedova kicks to Jones. Pass to Dellavedova. 5 to shoot. Back to Jones. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Well, if it wasn't already out of reach, it is now, thanks to this spurt.
Just keep on firing, man. No reason to slow down now.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for the Pistons. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Miller's checked in. Against the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow. Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that dunk.
Yeah, but come on, Kevin. The defense can't let that happen.
I hope they let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
Just a gift, 2 points they gave up. That's awful.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here.
Hey, Rook, good job. For your first time out, you look right at home.
Thanks, man. I just try not to force anything, let the game come to me.
That's what we do. Too bad your effort was wasted.
Wasted?
Yeah, you got yours, but the team didn't. In this league, W's are all that matter. We got to hit it hard again tomorrow. See what we got to do to string some wins together.
Hey, man, I'm going to do everything in my power to help this team win. Shoot, I'm just on a 10-day contract, so I'm going to work like there's no tomorrow. Because for me, there isn't a tomorrow. I got to get signed.
That's what I like to hear. You keep that attitude, you might have a chance in this league.
Sure going to try.
I'm sailing